Hello everyone, myself Heli Mehta, working as an assistant professor in Computer Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is Computer Network. Our unit is fifth, that is Data Link Layer. But before going to Data Link Layer, one most important topic is OSI reference model. So there are n number of users who are uses computer network, okay, and they are located over the world. So to ensure national and worldwide data communication system must be developed which are compatible to communicate with each other. ISO stands for International Organization of Standardization, has developed one standard, and this standard is called Open System Interconnection (OSI) and is commonly known as OSI model. So OSI model is used for communication. See here, the ISO OSI model is a 7-layer architecture. They are application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. See in the diagram, in diagram, the 7 layer is represented. So it is start from here. The first layer is physical layer, second is data link layer, next is network layer, fourth is transport layer, fifth is session layer, sixth is presentation layer, and seven is application layer. Here we have a two processes, application process 1 and application process 2. Okay, so it may be host A or host may be, it may be client and server. Okay, so both have 7 layers. Okay, the communication start from here. Here we have application process 1. Application process 1 send data to application layer. This application layer send data to presentation layer. Presentation layer data send to session layer. Session layer send data to transport layer. Transport layer send data to network layer, and network layer send data to data link layer, and data link layer send data to physical layer. At physical layer, data is after physical layer, data is transmit from transmission medium to host B or client. Okay, and from that data is send to host B from physical layer to data link layer to network layer to transport layer to session layer to presentation layer, and presentation layer to application layer. And that 7 layer have a different functionality, and the data represent in different form at each and every layer that we will see later. Okay, so here one is sender and one is receiver. Okay, each system having 7 layers. Okay, application process 1 have 7 layer, application process B have a 7 layers. Okay, this is the structure of OSI model. Now see here, layers of OSI model. As I have explained earlier, OSI model have a 7 layers. Okay, see in the diagram. In diagram we have a host A and host B. Okay, so host A is a sender and host B is a receiver. So host A send data to application layer. Okay, then application layer send data to presentation layer send data to session layer send data to transport layer send data to network layer send data to data link layer, and data link layer send data to physical layer. After that, the data is sent using this protocol to host B, that is our receiver. Okay, at receiver, data sent from one layer to another layer, that is physical layer to data link layer to network layer to transport layer to session layer to presentation layer, and presentation layer to application layer. Now vice versa, if host B is a sender and host A is a receiver, then data sent in a reverse manner, that is application to presentation to session to transport layer to network layer to data link layer, and data link layer to presentation layer, and here it is goes from physical layer to application layer. So host A and host B may be sender or receiver, vice versa. See here between two layers we have a protocols. Okay, so communication between layer is using protocols. Protocols is a set of function that they have to implement, or we can say that protocol is a set of rules. Okay, So whenever host A send data to application layer, okay, at application layer, a layer is the topmost layer and it is the user friendly application. After that, data is sent to presentation layer. Presentation layer present the data coming from application layer in acceptable form at the server machine. Okay, so after that, data is sent to session layer. At session layer, encryption and decryption process is performed. Okay, after that session layer, the data is sent to transport layer. Okay, transport layer transforming the data. Okay, after that transport layer send data to network layer. Okay, at network layer, data is in the packet form. Okay, at network layer, information is stored in the packets. So network layer, data link layer and physical layer communication using communication subnet protocol. See here, see in the diagram, network layer, data link layer and physical layer communicate via communication subnet protocols. Protocol is a set of rules or set of functions that they have to perform. Okay, so after that network layer, data is sent to data link layer. Okay, at data link layer, data is in the form of frames. Okay, and at last the data is sent to physical layer. Okay, so physical layer, everything is in the form of bit, in means 0 and 1. After our data is sent to physical layer, now physical layer send data via subnet protocols to physical layer at the receiver side. Okay, and at receiver side, data is sent to physical to data link layer. So here our data is in the bit format. Okay, 0 to 1. After that, at data link layer, our data is in the form of frame. Data link layer send data to network layer in the form of packet. Okay, network layer send the data to transport layer. Transport layer transmitting the data. After the data is sent to session layer. Okay, at session layer, encryption and decryption process is done. If here data is encrypted, then decryption is performed at the receiver side. Okay, after the data is sent to presentation layer. Presentation layer is used to present the data in the present the data in the acceptable form at server machine. After that, presentation layer send the data to application layer, and application layer transfer the data to host B. Like this, OSI model is used to transfer the data from sender to receiver. Okay, now here we have a name of unit exchange that I will explain later. Okay, so in the below table we have specified the protocols used and the data unit exchanged by the each layer of OSI model. So as I have explained earlier, at physical layer the data is in the form of bit. Okay, at data link layer data is in the form of frame. At network layer, data is in the form of packet. At transport layer, the name of protocol is transport protocol and it is TPDU, transport protocol data bit. Here transport layer is used to transfer the data or transmitting the data. Okay, at session layer, encryption and decryption is used and the name of unit exchange is SPDU, that is session protocol data unit. At presentation layer, it is the presentation protocol data unit that represent the data to sender. Okay, now at application layer, name of unit exchange is application protocol data unit that I have mentioned over here, that is bit at physical layer, frame at data link layer, packet at network layer, SPDU at transport layer, SPDU at session layer. Okay, here TPDU, SPDU is session at session layer, TPDU at presentation layer and APDU at application layer. Now the features of OSI model. Big picture of communication over network is understandable through this OSI model. So network are always wide. Okay, so big picture of communication over network is understandable using OSI model. We see how hardware and software work together using OSI model. We can understand new technologies as they are developed. Troubleshooting is easier by separate network. Can be used to compare basic functional relationship on different networks. Now OSI model 1, that is physical layer. Okay, so OSI model layer 1, that is physical layer. The physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model. Okay, as I have explained over here, that is the physical layer and it is the lowest layer. Okay, it activates, maintain and deactivates the physical connection. Okay, it is responsible for transmission and reception of the unstructured raw data over network, and data are in the bit format in 0 and 1. It converts the digital and logical bits into electronic signal or optical signals. Data encoding is also done at this layer. See in the diagram, data are coming from data link layer at the sender side. Okay, then it is enter into the physical layer. Physical layer transfer the data to receiver side using transmission media. See here, after transmitting the data, transmitting media send data to physical layer at the receiver side, and physical layer transmit data to data link layer at the receiver side. Now next is OSI model layer 2, that is data link layer. A data link layer synchronizes the information which is to be transmitted over the physical layer. So the main function of this layer is to make sure data transfer is error free. That is most important, from one node to another node over physical layer. So data link layer checks the data is transferred without any error. Okay, so transmitting and receiving data frame sequentially is managed by this layer. As I explained earlier, the data at data link layer came into the frame format. Okay, so transmitting and receiving data frame sequentially is managed by this layer. This layer sends and accepts acknowledgement for the frame received and sent respectively. Resending of non-acknowledgement received frame is also handled by this layer. So one is sender and another is receiver. So sender is sending the frame, okay, and receiver is receiving the frame. Okay, after receiving the frame, the receiver have to send acknowledgement to sender. Okay, so if sender receive the acknowledgement, then they can know that data is successfully transferred. Okay, and if the data is not received and sender is not receiving acknowledgement, then resending of non-acknowledgement received frame is also handled by this layer. Means if sender didn't get any acknowledgement from receiver, then after some time it send again resending the frame. That is the main functionality of data link layer. This layer establishes a logical layer between two nodes and also manages the frame traffic control over the network. Okay, it signals the transmitting node to stop when the frame buffer are full. Okay, so it is also control the traffic, okay, at receiver side. Okay, so data must be error free is the main functionality of data link layer. See in the diagram, see the data are coming from network layer to data link layer. Okay, and it is in the frame format. After the data link layer send data to physical layer. Physical layer transmit the data to receiver side using transmission medium. Okay, after transmitting medium, the data is came at physical layer at receiver side. Okay, at receiver side physical layer send data to data link layer, and it is again in the frame format, and data link layer send data to network layer. Next is the network layer. Third layer is network layer. The network layer routes the signal through different channel from one node to another node. It acts as a network controller. It manages the subnet traffic. Okay, network layer is used to subnet the traffic. It decides by which route data should be taken. Okay, it divides the outgoing message into packets and assemble the incoming packets into message for a higher level. Okay, so data are in the packet format. Okay, so outgoing message is divided into packet, and it is assemble the incoming packets at the receiver side to send at the higher level. Okay, so after getting the data from transport layer, the data is divided into packets. Okay, that packets are divided into data link layer. Okay, data link layer to physical layer, and from physical layer again it is sent to network layer at receiver side, and here divided packets are reassembled. Okay, see here, assemble the incoming packets into messages at higher level. So here data came from again packets, and these packets are reassembled, and then it is sent to higher level, that is transport layer at receiver side. Okay, so this is the functionality of network layer. Next layer is transport layer. The transport layer decides the data transmission should be on parallel path or a single path. Okay, so transport layer is basically used for the transmission of the data. Okay, so it will decide the path is parallel or single. So functions either multiplexing, segmenting or splitting on the data are done by this layer. Okay, it receives message from the session layer above it. Okay, convert the message into smaller units and passes it on to the network layer. So segmentation is used here. Okay, so data coming from session layer, okay, it is divided into small unit at transport layer. Okay, and then these units are passes to the network layer. Transport layer can be very complex depending upon the network requirements. The transport layer breaks the message into small units so that they are handled more efficiently by the network layer. So segmentation is performed over here. So original data is divided into smaller units and that smaller units are sent to network layer. So network layer can efficiently handle it. That is the functionality of transport layer. See in the diagram, data is coming from session layer. Okay, here at transport layer data are divided into small units. Okay, and then these small units are sent to network layer, and at receiver side that small units are reassembled to send again at the session layer. That is the functionality of transport layer. Next, fifth layer is session layer. Session layer manages and synchronizes the conversation between two different applications. So basic main functionality is synchronization. Transfer of the data from source to destination. Session layer streams of data are marked and are resynchronized properly so that the end of the messages are not cut prematurely and data loss is avoided. Okay, so most important functionality of session layer is synchronization. Okay, so what do you mean by synchronization? Synchronization means if we are sending some data, okay, suppose we are sending the file of 800 pages, okay, adding checkpoints after every 50 pages are recommended. Okay, so we are sending the file of 80 pages and in this file at every 50 pages we are putting one checkpoint. Okay, so this ensure that 50 pages unit is successfully received and acknowledged. Okay, so after 50 pages is sent, we get the message that 50 units is sent successfully. After that 50 units we again get the message. So anywhere if error occurs, then we can easily find out at which unit error is generated. So this is the known as synchronization, and synchronization is the main functionality of session layer. Okay, now next sixth layer is presentation layer. So presentation layer take care that the data is sent in such a way that the receiver will understand the information and will be able to use the data. So physical layer is always used to present the data coming from application layer in the acceptable form at the server side or the receiver side. Okay, so the which data are coming from application layer must be in the understandable form at the receiver side. Clear? While receiving the data, presentation layer transforms the data to be ready for the application layer. Languages can be different of two communicating systems. Under this condition, presentation layer plays the role of translator. We can understand very well the role of translator. Okay, if sender is sending data in another language and receiver is receiving data in another language, if the languages are different at two communicating system, then presentation layer play the role of translator that converts the one language into another language. Okay, so translator will translate the language in the acceptable form of the receiver. Okay, so it performs data compression, data encryption and data conversion. So data encryption is performed at presentation layer. Okay, now see here, the data is coming from application layer, it is sent to presentation layer. At presentation layer data encryption is performed. Okay, then we send to session layer to transport layer to network layer to data link layer, and at physical layer, and at reverse side we get the data over here. Okay, so if we perform encryption over here, we have to decrypt the data over here. That is the functionality of presentation layer. And last is application layer. The application layer is the topmost layer. It is responsible for accessing the network by user. Okay, so transferring of file, distributing the result to the user is also done in this layer. The mail services, directory services, network resources are services provided by the application layer. This layer mainly holds application program to act upon the received and to be sent the data. So application layer is the topmost layer, and it is responsible for accessing the network by the users. Okay, so there are the 7 layers. Okay, see here, the data came from the users. Okay, data coming from the users at application layer send data to presentation layer, and at reverse side, presentation layer to application layer, and we get the data. And at application layer, data is in the acceptable mode at receiver side, and then this application layer send data to users. Okay, so there are the 7 layers. Okay, so these are the 7 layers of OSI model. So our chapter is data link layer. Okay, so we will understand deeply what is data link layer and how its functionality is performed in the next lecture. So before going to data link layer, one of most important topic is OSI model. Okay, thank you.